a registered nurse. I went to nursing school, and one of my first days of, shoot, what's it called? It's like when you're still in nursing school and you're doing inpatient work, and I can't remember what it's called, but I was doing that, and this guy who wasn't even the person that I was supposed to be kind of looking after, but I had sort of chatted him up a few times. He was in the same room as the man that I was following, and he started what we call like crashing, where his oxygen went really low, and he started having coffee ground emesis, so throwing up kind of this like old black blood, and his heart stopped. And one of my fellow students and I, as well as some of the hospital staff, did CPR, attempted to resuscitate him. Eventually he did have a heartbeat again, but died a few days later. Yeah, death. Life is guaranteed to no one. Each day, we often, I find that most people don't really go around life thinking about death that much, and I think that's pretty typical and normal. We're in a culture right now that really doesn't like to look at death and have an awareness around it, especially when it comes to babies and kids, but even with our own self-mortality. Most people say that they want to die at home, but most people are dying in hospitals. I worked in palliative care for several years, where I worked mostly with people that were nearing the end of their life. I witnessed many last breaths in the hospital, held people's hands as their spirits left their bodies. And I feel like there's a lot of fear around death, around pain, and I feel like more conversations about death could bring people more peace, and also to embrace life, because I'm not guaranteed tomorrow or next week or next year, and experiencing Bjorn's death was one of those things that just brought me into this awareness and living life in this more full appreciative day. Not that I don't have down days or things like that, but to embrace, I definitely feel like I embrace life in a way that's different to a lot of my peers, and express love and joy and things to those people in my life, because I know that maybe you just never know. Someone could die in a car accident, someone could have a brain aneurysm, a freak accident. There's so many things that could happen, and so every opportunity I get, I tell all the beautiful, wonderful people in my life how much I love them, because I don't want to regret not having said it. So yeah, that's one practice that I have in my life, that my walk with death has brought to me. What else can I say about birth and death today? I've heard people say that like you birth and die as you live. And I'm not exactly sure what that means to most people, or even what that would mean to me. What does that mean to you? I'm not sure. Well, I know this is a surprise live, and I don't see any questions or anything popping up now, so I think I'm just gonna let this be as it is for now. But if you're watching this later, thank you for watching this, and if some questions did come up, I would love to hear what you have to say, or stories you might want to tell about your own experiences with birth and death. A lot of people don't know their own birth story. Do you know your own birth story? Like, my internet's going in and out. Save that story for another day, I suppose. Hope you're having a beautiful September afternoon. I certainly am. Love, love, love.